Welcome back, everyone, to the topic of the week. And the topic of the week this week is the addiction to negativity. So, when I say this, I know that a lot of people don't think that they are addicted to the drama, the negativity, but we do. And we do this subconsciously, it becomes a habit. So, you may have noticed that as you shift and as you heal, as you move on from past traumas and past pain, you end up speaking in a more positive way, right? So let's say you have a friend that you gossip a lot with, or that you speak about certain people with, the ex-partner that harmed you, that cheated on you, that betrayed you, that did whatever to make you feel this negativity towards them. And then with your friend, you're bonding, you are connecting over this negativity. So you will form a sort of addiction because you'll continuously look for more things that you can share this with. How can I connect with this and this person by speaking about something negative? And I'd love you to become aware of some of the programs, the telly, the things you watch on YouTube, Netflix, all of those platforms. What is it that you actually watch? Do you watch a lot of crime? Do you watch not Desperate Housewives? What's the other one called? Housewives of Atlanta, things like that, Love Island. That is a lot of drama. It's all around negativity, and this excites us. We get so excited and we get this dopamine rush and we just want more. And then afterwards we feel kind of, we're drained, we feel exhausted. It's a horrible feeling to have to continuously get this adrenaline kick from negativity, especially if you have just left a relationship. If something horrible has happened, it's very easy to focus on this negative imprint, this negative trauma that has happened to you. And then the thoughts go, and then the anxiety goes, and you think of more things that fuels this horrible wound. So if someone's harmed you, if someone has betrayed you, if someone rejected you, your mind will then automatically find other things that that person did to harm you. And then you'll be in this negative loop. And that's where the negative looping thoughts come in. We feel completely powerless over these thoughts that we have, this looping negativity that we feel like we can't switch off. But I'd like to tell you that there are options out there, there are solutions, and there's a way of being able to control your mind and to be able to switch off, and also to stop that loop, to break that habit. So what is it about us that makes us feel like we need to overthink, we need to overanalyze, to have these looping thoughts? It's a way for our mind to keep us safe. It's there to protect us. So if you have been harmed, let's say you were abused, you were hurt by someone, even if it's not physical abuse, it could be anything, your mind is then going to think of other ways to try and protect you. They also did this and this and this and this and this. And that's your mind reminding you, be careful, watch out, keep yourself safe, be aware. But in reality, it's actually causing you immense stress, pain, and negativity. And that's for your physical body, the amount of cortisol you're producing. And then you also get used to that. You get addicted to it. You kind of need it. Even though you'll probably say, well, I'm not addicted to negativity. I'm not addicted to drama. I'm not saying you are an addict, but there is a necessity now because it has become a habit. We want to break that habit. So what do I do in an RTT session, or what do I do with my clients in a hypnotherapy session, is we'll go back to the cause of, let's say, the negative looping thoughts. And these also cause anxiety. So I feel like anxiety is fear-based. Everything is fear-based. We have so many issues that are all due to fear. Fear of not being loved, fear of not being worthy, fear of being abandoned, rejected, and the list goes on. So I'm very grateful that I specialize in anxiety and fears, because there are so many issues that can be solved with this. So what I would do in a session is go back to the cause, the root, the reason of why we have this negative looping thoughts. What happened in your life that caused you to not have this control over your mind and to spiral into this negativity? Because it is exhausting. I have experienced it and I know what it feels like. And if you are going through that right now, then I really empathize, because it feels like you just can't switch off your brain. And one of the problems is that we want to switch off our brain by numbing ourselves, running away from ourselves, getting away in some kind of way. It's not always with drugs. It's not always with alcohol. Most of the time, it does tend to be, I'm going to have a beer. I'm going to have a wine to calm down because it's been a very stressful day. My ex has been playing up, so I'm going to go and have a beer. You know, these are all very bad reasons to have a drink. Being able to drink alcohol when you're already happy, that's fine if it's in moderation, but not when you're stressed or when you are down and you want something to lift you up, because you should really be your own source of happiness, motivation, love, worth, and everything else, approval, validation, and so on. So you have the power to end those looping thoughts. I've done it over and over and over again, and there is a way to get out of it. So just become aware of some of the thoughts that you do have that you feel are repeated. What could be the cause? What belief do you think is hidden along those lines? So I'll explain what I mean. I'm going to give a hypothetical example. Let's say I've just been dumped. Someone has just broken up with me and I feel rejected. And I'm thinking of all the scenarios of how that person has betrayed me and hurt me and all of that negativity, right? And it's very painful. I'm not denying that, of course. Honor your pain. You are allowed to feel that hurt and sadness and betrayal. Of course, you need to let that out. If you need to cry, please express it. But then you also need to think, what belief do I believe about myself now? What could this imprint, this trauma that happened, being dumped, make me feel? Well, I feel rejected. And when I feel rejected, I believe, and then finish that sentence. What do you believe about yourself that person rejected you? Well, I don't feel like I'm good enough. I don't feel like I'm worth loving. I don't feel like I'm lovable. I don't feel like I'm smart enough, pretty enough, whatever it is. It could be anything. I don't feel like my feelings matter. I don't feel like I'm important. Blah, 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 blah. The list goes on. Jot those down and become aware of what some of your beliefs are, because our beliefs that we have, they create our habits, and our habits are everything, right? You want to change your life. You want to have a better relationship. Do you want to have more money? Do you want to have a better job? Do you want to have a better life? Do you want to feel internal peace and not have to constantly seek things outside of yourself to feel complete from within? Because really, we were all born complete. You were born complete. You were born more than enough in every single way. And unfortunately, as life goes on, we experience pains, hurts, and traumas, because that's just how life is. Because there's a reason why we experience pain, because we learn from it, we grow from it, but only if we heal, right? If we keep making the same mistakes because we have the same beliefs, we can't change anything. Nothing changes if nothing changes. And my colleague actually said this to me recently, lovely Myra, and I love it. It's true. You gotta do something to be able to feel a change. If you keep repeating the same pattern, then you're just going to repeat the same looping thoughts, the same terrible relationship, the lack, the scarcity, and the pain. So in an RTT session, we will do regression. That's one of the techniques. Then also we're going to speak to the inner child. And yes, it sounds very woo-woo, but it's wonderful. Everyone has a wonderful moment of connection. And when you realize that you are your own source of love, that you are your own cheerleader, then you don't need anybody else. Because the worst thing in relationships with anyone, not just intimate relationships, but also friendships with your parents and so on, that neediness, that desperation, it's not attractive and it won't last. So if you adore yourself, love yourself, and you don't need anything from anybody else, and they just enhance your already wonderful life, that's the best outcome. So if you feel like you have negative looping thoughts, if you feel like there is this need for more negativity, even though consciously you're like, I don't want more negativity, Lelia Hypnosis, I want to be free. But subconsciously, this gives us something. This negativity gives us something. It makes us feel in control and safe at times. So we can find out, why do you have these negative looping thoughts? Why is there this negativity within you that you can't let go of? Why do you feel powerless, frustrated, anxious, stressed, and so on? Because I would love to welcome you. I would love to be able to help you. I have the tools, I have the techniques, and I have the experience. And I would love to hear from you. If you'd like to reach out and contact me, you can do so on my website, leliahypnosis.com. My website is in Spanish, German, and English, which is always quite handy. And there are also lots of videos on there and a lot of information, testimonials, and so on from some of my lovely clients. And I would love to welcome you as my client. And if not, please continue watching these videos. I love all your messages and all your details and some of the suggestions for new topics. I'm really grateful for all of you who are watching. So all my love, I'm sending you so much peace, so much clarity and peace of mind. Have a wonderful day. Take care.